and on the Game Nashville app.
This is a new level of geek you got going on here.
Chase, Willy, and DMase, 102.5-106.3 The Game. We're live from the Hillside Medical Game Studios, and you can watch us streaming live on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook Live every day. Our video streaming is brought to you by the law offices of Amanda J. Gentry. Caroline Fenton in. DMase is with me. No Chase, no Willy. Chase may join us later on in the show. DMase, how we doing?
Hey, we're doing good. We're down here in Barrel House.
Yeah, we're live at Bridgestone Arena, Barrel House. We got
Exactly.
a Preds doubleheader today, preseason opener at Bridgestone Arena.
So all hockey fans, I know you're very excited. We're excited as well. Hockey games today, and the Titans get a victory.
Exactly, and that's what I want to start on here, and that's the biggest story of the day. And DMase, I struggle with how to feel about that game yesterday because I spent all last week talking about just get a win, find a way to get a win, to get in the win column. Because now you're looking at the Raiders 0-3 with a 2.5% chance to make the playoffs, and they are in arguably the most difficult division in football. So the Raiders are in a really tough position now, and the Titans got themselves out of that position. Just get in the win column, 1-2, your season stays alive, you still got a chance at the playoffs, the division race is still very much so alive. But the way that they got there is concerning to me. And I hate to say that because I think Tannehill had a fine day. I think Derrick Henry looked the best that he's looked all season. He had easily his best game of the season so far. And the Titans defense was able to at least limit Devontae Adams and Darren Waller. But I see an issue that continues. We saw it in week 1 against the Giants. We saw it yesterday against the Raiders. And it continues to be a tale of two halves for the Tennessee Titans. That in the first half, they come out offensively. They look great. They're getting things moving. They're playing their style of ball that they want to play. I mean, 3 touchdowns on the first 3 possessions in the first half yesterday. Really solid start for the Titans. And then they come out in the second half and just completely fall flat. Saw it against the Giants. That's what cost them the game against the Giants. It's what kept them in the game with the Raiders. And I struggle with getting overly excited about a win. You're in the win column. That's good. But I struggle with getting too excited about this win because the second half was just so awful. And so awful, I don't think is necessarily fair. But just the microcosm between the first and second halves. I mean, you look at the drives in the first half. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. First 3 possessions. Punt, field goal. Solid first half. Interception. You lose in downs on that dumb 4th and 4 play call. Punt, end of game. Those were the 2 halves for the Tennessee Titans. And it's a continued issue for the Titans, which makes me a little bit nervous about getting overly excited about the Titans getting in the win column.
Well, I don't think you're the only person that feels that way. Went to the game yesterday, and for one, the stadium wasn't full.
And that's another thing that I want to get into.
That's a telltale sign of are the fans really engaged after an 0-2 start in the way they've looked. And then after the game coming out, I expected to come out and, hear Titan fans screaming and yelling, yes, we got a victory, great job, yada, yada. It was quiet. Now, granted, I did come out on the side closest to the Cumberland, but it was like as if the Titans lost. I walked out and it was quiet. I'm walking in the car and it's quiet.
That's so strange.
And maybe the fans are sort of like you, Caroline. They're happy they got the win, but they're not happy about the performance.
Right.
The first half was great. The first half was reminiscent of, the Titans of 2-3 years ago when they were moving up and down the field.
Tannehill looked like 1920
exactly.
Tannehill.
Absolutely. Derrick Henry
was
won
getting
the ball
things moving
effectively. Offensive line was blocking great.
They were getting the ball to their best